In this video, we're testing out a drum machine that I got sent by ALM Busy Circuits. It allows you to create your own drum sounds from scratch, and it allows you to sequence them using a step sequencer. Let's start off the layout of the plugin. We have a drum module here, and this is repeated 6 times to create 6 different sounds. Each of these modules are the same, and they allow you to create kicks, snares, hi-hats, cowbells, and percussions. In this bottom section, we have a step sequencer that allows us to program in our drum patterns. And if we select B, C, D, these are all of our patterns. We can sequence in different parameters to add automation to our sound. For example, if you want to automate the ratio, we could click on ratio and draw in a different pattern. Also in the step sequencing mode, we can create polyrhythms by adjusting the pattern length by using these plus and minus buttons to create a unique length for each lane. This next option selects the playback speed of each lane. So if you wanted to play back a bit slower, you could select ×2. And this lane is going to play back slower than the other lanes. If we press the X button, we remove all of the samples from that lane, and this dice button will randomize the pattern. Next, let's go over the controls for the drum synth. Level is the volume of your sound. Pan makes the sound go from left to right. We have a start pitch of our sound, and you have an end pitch of the sound. So for kick drum, you want the pitch to glide downwards. So you'd set the start pitch a bit higher and the end pitch on a low frequency that you want it to go down to. The speed controls how fast it goes from the high pitch to the low pitch. Ratio will adjust the tuning of our sound. Wave will adjust the texture of the sound. Feedback will add some extra highs to the sound. And release 1 and release 2 will adjust the length of the sound. If you want to experiment with even more textures, we can go to the top and click FM, and this will give you a different sound. Something I found with this plugin to make it sound even more impressive is to add some distortion afterwards. Many producers add different effects to their drum machines to make them pop a bit more. I'm using Decapitator by Soundtoys, but you can use any distortion plugin that you have. And now, here's what our kick sounds like. And here's another drum pattern that I made that reminds me of Kanye West's Yeezus album. And I've come up with 2 different drum patterns. One's a bit more simple than the other. And again, I've used Decapitator for some distortion. synth melody comes from the Pro 3. I think these drum sounds are pretty cool, so you can either use it to make your own drum sounds from scratch, or program a whole drum pattern like I have done in this beat. If you found this video useful, definitely check out the plugin. It's also available on iPad, so if you guys like to produce on the iPad, definitely check it out. See you in the next one.